Alright, I'm going to take a swing at making axe handles. This is a couple pieces of hickory. They're split out of the same log. I actually got 3 splits out of this particular one. One I've already started working with, just to make sure how I was wanting to do it would work out. And so I've got 3 of these, and yeah, the reason I had held on to these are a guy had paid me to take care of some trees that he had cut down several months back, and he just wanted them cut up, moved out of the way. And I got to this hickory, and I could not believe how hard it was to cut with a chainsaw. I mean, it was a really stout tree, and I figured might as well put that to good use. I cut out a piece. I don't know, it's about 3.5 feet long, just guessing, I don't know, to put in, to use for the axe handles. And I split them out because I wanted the grain to stay true. I didn't want to put it on a mill or anything where you'd be cutting through grain. So I want it to stay as true as possible to the grain of the wood. So that's why I split these out. And then I'm gonna put them on a planer and plane them down into usable boards, and then we'll cut them out from there. All right, here's the third piece, the third stave that was split out of that log. Like I said, I started running it through the planer just to get a board out of it, and I'm still working on that, but it's a little rough to getting it started that way. If you had a sawmill to run it through, I don't have one personally. That's why I opted for the planer. But if you had one, that would be a good start to get you level bases on it, or maybe a bandsaw or something like that. But I just started running it through, and it's working out pretty decent. So we'll finish this one up and get the other 2, and then we'll be back. Alright, we get the 3 staves planed down into, basically boards. These are 1.5 inch thickness, and, would be what you would get from, wherever you're getting your hickory boards, other than these have a live edge rather than being, cut to actual board sizes. They turned out pretty well. I've got some heartwood in them. Not a big deal though. It's very little heartwood, especially considering that these are, the grain of these boards really, doesn't break. It's really straight grain because it was split out rather than cut out, with a saw going across the grain. But there's a few defects in them. This one has not, and if you can see, I've got the outline traced for a single bit axe handle on this one, and we're missing that knot, so that'll work out good. This one has a rather large defect here and a couple at the top, so this will be either a hatchet handle, maybe a hammer handle. I don't know. I'm leaning more toward hatchet. I think I've got one ahead in there that needs a handle, so this might be what that one's used for. And then this one is, it's got the start of some rot there. It's not a major ordeal right now, but it could be. But this may be a double bit handle. But for the rest of the video, we're just going to do the single bit axe, and I'm just going to take a jigsaw and cut that out real quick. Like I said, I had an axe handle, and I just traced it out and used that for my pattern. Alright, we got the side profile of that axe handle cut out. Now we'll have to trace the front and rear profile onto this side and cut it out. Like I said, I just used a jigsaw on this. If you have a bandsaw or something to that effect, that'll be way better. Like I said, I forgot how tough this wood is, and it took a minute to get through it, but we got it. And we'll jump over and do the other profile next. Alright, we've got it cut down both phases, front and rear, and it already feels halfway decent in your hand. I mean, of course it's got the sharp edges, but for just cutting the 2 dimensions out, it feels pretty good. So we're gonna round those edges off real quick on the router table. All right, no joke, just the router going over them corners and rounding them off. If I wasn't making a video, if I just needed a quick axe handle, just a little bit of time with a piece of sandpaper to knock the little burrs and spurs off of this thing, I'd call this good enough. I mean, if you're looking for just some functionality, I mean, boom, there it is. But we've got the steep edges worn down, and there's a few little waves in that handle that I've got from the jigsaw running away from me and whatnot. But we're gonna get the belt sander and get a hold of it with that and see how good we can make it look. Alright, we've done some sanding on this, and anything that would cause an injury or anything has been taken off. Your hand can slide freely around without fear of splinter or split or anything getting a hold of you. And I'm pretty much gonna call that good enough. I mean, it's not it's not exactly an oval like it would be if it was a factory one. It's a little bit more squared, but that means it's got a little bit more mass to it. It's a little heavier, so I'm gonna leave it be. Basically, the last thing we've got to do is trim down, above the shoulder where it'll fit up into the axe head, and I think I'm just gonna have it that with a pocket knife and see how that fares. Alright, I think we're close enough to being done to call it done. I think it turned out alright, especially for a first go. I did use a pocket knife to get the top of the axe where it needed to be. What I ended up doing was, this is the head once I get it ready that I'm going to put that handle on. So I took a piece of paper, laid it over the opening, traced around the perimeter of that opening with a pencil, cut that out, and then you could see some of the marks are left. I didn't take it all the way down, but I laid the paper over, traced around it, and then I just hand carved down to fairly close to where that line was. And I didn't go all the way down to the line because there's a lot of grit and gunk in that thing, and I want to get this cleaned up and actually slide it on the handle and work it and get it a really good fit on that handle. But as far as the handle goes, that's pretty much it. I'll put a finish on it once I get it mounted on a hand, or once I get the axe head mounted on it, and keep an eye out. I'll do a little video on redoing this head as I get it ready to go onto that handle. But hope you enjoyed it. Any questions or comments, leave them, and subscribe if you like it. Alright, I inadvertently lied. This handle's really not 100% done. I still need to make a cut through here, down the length of the section that'll be inside of the axe head, to drive a wedge in it. So whenever that's done, this will be a complete handle. But I forgot that. I didn't want to leave it out. So I just tacked this onto the end to clarify.